Hello, it's Emma Paulette here. I am the Body Love Coach and I am the founder of Blue Sky Vitality, and I'm very, very excited to have you here for my Monday Facebook Live. So as the Body Love Coach, I really empower women to learn ways to look after their own bodies from a place of love and kindness. And one of the really important aspects of this is all about stress management. So I've done a lot of study. I've created the Body Love method, which is what you can see here, but I have created that through a lot of my own studies for my business, but also for my own personal healing and, growth from living a life where I hated my body into now living a life where I love it. So I've studied to be a health coach. I've done my personal training certification. I've done some yoga courses, and I've also done a Reiki course. And all of these things have blended together to create what I have created now, which is the Body Love method. And really and truly, one of the most overarching things I see with my clients and people that come to speak to me or people that comment on my page or are in my Facebook group is that they're sort of always managing stress. And we live in a really busy world. It's very hard to completely avoid stress, but managing stress can sometimes become a stress in itself. Like, if you want to make sure you're eating well and exercising regularly to make sure that your body's functioning well and create, habits that help you feel better, sometimes creating those habits can feel really stressful as well and add a whole extra level of stress into your life. So one of the most beautiful things that I have learned over the last 5 years in this business is my Reiki certification. And Reiki, what I love about it is it's such a simple way for anyone to completely release a lot of stress and to completely sort of relax, but also energize themselves, which I think is what living stress-free is all about. It's about not being too stressed and allowing yourself to relax, but also feeling energized at the same time. And that's what I love about Reiki. And Reiki in my life is only a couple of years old. I haven't been using it for a long time, but I thought I would talk to you a little bit about what Reiki is and how it works, because I know for a lot of people it sounds a bit strange, or you haven't really come across it, so you don't know what it means. So I just want to share with you a little bit about what Reiki is. So as I said, it was one of the biggest game changers for me in terms of the turning point from just being a personal trainer into really creating a holistic way of looking after our mind, body and spirit, which is the Body Love method. And so a couple of years ago, beginning of 2016, I came across a really beautiful mentor of mine. Her name's Kerry Rowett, and she's a kinesiologist, but she also used distance Reiki healings in her email newsletters. And every time I read one of those newsletters, I would just feel the feelings of Reiki. I would feel relaxed and energized and inspired. And I just felt that she had such a beautiful presence about her. And it kind of stuck in the back of my head, what is this Reiki thing and how does it actually work? And then one of my clients introduced me to a beautiful local lady here in Albany called Rosalind. She's named Rosalind Douglas. And Rosalind is a Reiki master, which means that she's able to teach Reiki to people who haven't had it taught to them before. And so she invited me to one of her workshops, and I did the first level of the Reiki training back in 2016. And it really is an amazing practice. I see when I've used it for myself, but also using it on clients, just how the energy really changes, and it helps them to really feel that beautiful combination of relaxed yet energized. And I also learned through Reiki, you learn a lot about the chakra system, which is part of my Body Love method. And that really helped to change the game for me in terms of the way I looked at my body. It wasn't just a physical thing anymore. It was also that sort of spiritual thing and the energetic body as well. And it just takes a bit of the pressure off, because we're not just focused on the way we look, but then we start to really focus and have tools to focus on the way we feel, which is why I've included the chakra system in my Body Love method. So let me tell you a little bit about Reiki. I'm going to read off some notes here, so I might not be looking directly into the camera sometimes. But Reiki is a very ancient practice that comes probably from India. But because it is so ancient, there isn't a lot that's been written down about it until fairly recently. So the end of the 1800s, a Japanese man sort of took these healing methods on board and started to sort of distribute them more widely, and he called them Reiki. So Reiki is a Japanese word, and they're not really sure. Rei, so it's sort of two parts, Rei and Ki. So Rei's about sort of spiritual side, and Ki is very much like the Chinese word Qi, which means the life force that runs through us. And a really good way of noticing the life force is if you rub your hands together and then just bring your hands a little bit apart, you can feel that tingling sensation. Sometimes you can almost open and close your hands and feel it expand and contract. So, I mean, because I've been attuned through Reiki, I can sort of maybe feel it a little bit more easily than you, but you might be able to feel it too. If you can feel it, maybe you should look into doing a Reiki course yourself. So what Reiki does is we all have this natural life force that runs through us. And what Reiki does is it helps the person who's doing the Reiki onto you, helps to stimulate your own natural healing process. So our bodies really want to be healthy and they want to be healed. And if you think about it, if you cut yourself, your skin does repair itself. Or if you broke your arm, you know, you might need help setting it in the right spot, but your bones will knit together. Unless, of course, you've got some other underlying disease. And disease gets caused by things like stress and emotional problems and mental things, as well as the way we feed ourselves, as well as the way we treat our bodies. So Reiki is beautiful at this time of our lives when the world is so busy, because it's a perfect way of just stopping where you are and getting some help to allow your body to come back into that natural healing process. So it helps to release some of the blockages that we inadvertently give ourselves through the stressful lives that we live. So it helps to clear emotional and physical blocks. And it's gentle, it's harmless, it's natural. As I said, it's healing, it's deeply relaxing, but it's also energizing. And I also do Reiki sessions for clients. So that's basically a 30-minute session, and you'll come to where I practice from my studio, and you'd lie on the massage table. And then Reiki is a hands-on practice. So before I start, you would be lying there, hopefully with your eyes closed and feeling very relaxed. I usually use essential oils and some beautiful music just to help to, really relax the body before you get started. And then I call on my Reiki to, be present so that I can use it. And then basically I would be moving around your body and putting my hands on certain parts of your body. You stay completely clothed. And I just put my hands on your body and help to stimulate that healing activity. So it usually lasts about 30 minutes. Usually there's about 20 minutes or so of the Reiki itself. And then my hands come off, and then I do a chakra balancing as well, which just helps to work on our energy body and our spiritual body as well. So I know I haven't given you heaps of information because you sort of need to experience Reiki for yourself to really understand how amazing it can make you feel. The reason I'm doing this Facebook Live is I had a beautiful new client last week come for Reiki. She'd never had it before, but just looking at her and her vibrancy and how exactly relaxed / energized she was just so beautiful. I thought I should be sharing this with everyone to give you all an opportunity to try Reiki. So obviously, if you're not here in Albany, try and talk to your friends, find someone locally to you that can do Reiki for you. In the next few months, I will be doing my next level of Reiki, and then I'll be able to do distance Reiki. So it doesn't need to be just hands-on and face-to-face, but I don't know much about that at the moment, but I'll learn more soon. So find someone who's available to you and just try it out, because as I said, it's gentle, it's, it won't harm you, and all it can do is actually bring positive things to your life. So Reiki is a beautiful thing. Now, the other thing I wanted to invite you to is a webinar that I'm going to be hosting Thursday the 1st of February. So once all the kids have gone back, Thursday the 1st of February at 7 o'clock WA time. If you're watching interstate or overseas and that time doesn't suit you, that's fine. There will be a replay, so please register anyway. And this webinar is all about stress and why I actually personally believe managing stress is even more important than starting a diet or exercise regime in terms of loving your body and having a body that you love. And some really practical ways of how you can incorporate that into your life now, even though the world is a very busy place. So the link is there to register for that free webinar. And as I said, even if you can't make it live, just register anyway and you will get access to a replay. So I'll also pop the link in there for a Reiki session. If you'd like to book in with me, you can if you're here in Albany. Otherwise, yeah, as I said, I highly recommend go and find yourself a Reiki practitioner and learn more. So thank you very, very much for watching again this week. I'll just check back on the page, make sure there's no questions. Nope. No worries. So have a fantastic week and I look forward to speaking to you next time, hopefully next week. See ya.